In this video, we're going to talk about fractional silver, some fractional gold, and we're going to see if it's right for the money. I got some different opinions on this type of stuff you see in front of you. I like some of it I don't care for too much, and I'll explain why in a moment. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1825 subscribers by the end of the month. We are currently at 1695 as of this recording of this video. Thank you very much who has subscribed already. If you're not yet subscribed, see a lot of you watching, but you're not yet subscribed, it is absolutely free to do so. So if you could hit that subscribe button, hit the all bell so you guys can get notifications on my latest videos. I would appreciate it. Thank you for watching. 90% silver, I love. Alright, that's fractional silver. You don't see any in front of you in this video. Let's talk about 999 fine silver, fractional silver. You know, I pick these up from time to time. I don't have a lot of these. This is actually around from SD Bullion 99 fine. These actually came into the coin shop when silver was roughly about $19 an ounce. I did have 4 of them. I did give 2 away. I think these are a great tool to actually teach people about silver and gold, and you don't have to give up a whole ounce of silver to do it. But you know, the premiums on this type of stuff is very, very high. You know, there are concerns about people not giving up as much silver, as little silver as possible if we get into a trade situation. Not really if, I think when we get into a trade situation. But, you know, there are other ways around that. I'll explain that in a moment. I just want to show you some of this other stuff I do have. But, you know, these can be very, very high. The premiums are very, very high on this type of stuff. So be careful with this. It's not something I would recommend. The more I would recommend for fractional silver, it would be your 90% silver if you live in the United States. If you live in Canada, it would be the 80% silver in your country. If you live in the country that don't have fractional silver, like 90% silver, 80% silver, this is something you might want to pick up a few of up on. Stuff like this, if you have it in your country, if it's available in your country. I know there's some countries that charge an arm and a leg for taxes, and that's something to keep mindful too of this. You know, so I mean, I also have this Sunshine Mint half ounce. I did pick this one up on eBay. It was actually a pretty good deal when I got this one. As you can see, it's in half an ounce. I only own one. You can see I have a very small stack of this, you know, half ounce, quarter ounce type of silver. And the only reason why I bought this was one of the antique ones from 1985. And I do have some other Sunshine Mint ones. I just love the Sunshine Mint, so maybe that's why I got it. It was a little bit over melt when I got it, so I didn't think it was a bad price to pick this one up. You know, I'm not out there looking for this type of stuff all the time. You know, when I get in a bad mood, I guess, I will go and look at fractional silver and see what the stuff is going for. This is Silver Shot. I don't own a lot of this. You know, this was actually given to me by one of the eBay orders that I got. It tested out just fine. You know, I looked at Silver Shot. You know, it's a little pricey too. And you know, the bad thing about this is how are you going to test this really if we get into a bothersome situation. I mean, you really can't ping test this. You're really going to have to trust this. And you know, I mean, that's another bad thing about this. You know, if you're looking to make your own rounds and stamp it yourself, something to melt down, it's still more expensive than buying buffalo rounds to melt them down, making your own silver with it. You know, this stuff is out there by bag full, like 500 ounces. I don't think it's worth the money. I mean, I'm just telling you what I think. You know, this is not no financial advice, you know, at all. I'm just telling you what I think. There's better silver out there than Silver Shot. And, you know, these things from Benchmark, you know, these quarter grain golds, you know, they do all kinds of different stuff. This is another one that, you know, you should be aware of the prices. You know, this stuff have a premium on it. It does come in a nice little card. I mean, it's fine. It's serialized number and everything. But this type of stuff, you know, I mean, I wouldn't pay the money. This is 5 grains of silver, and I got another quarter grain of gold here. So I mean, these are a little bit expensive. You know, they're nice to have. You know, maybe as a giveaway, you know, as a giveaway, or for Christmas time, or for birthdays, or for someone doing, a kid doing good in school, or something like that. You know, they're not going to lose it. It's in the card. So, I mean, something like this, you know, maybe this be another good teaching tool for somebody to learn about silver and gold. You know, if you want to pick up something like this, fine, I would say. I mean, but me, you know, I'm not out there hunting this stuff down. I just think it's too much cream on top of it on that note. Let's talk about goldbacks for a minute. I'm going to try to talk to Adam Van over in Manchester, New Hampshire. Goldbacks I do kind of like, in a way. You know, they do have a premium on them, but you do get your premium back when you do go to use them at a store, if the store is willing to accept them. You know, when I got these, they were about $3 each, a little over $3. Now they're over $5 each. So yeah, the store would have to, if the store would accept them. Okay, that's the thing when some of these states. If your state is, you know, either Nevada, I got Wyoming here, I got Utah, and I got another Wyoming here too. You know, if your states, you know, they will accept them for more than the face value. They pretty much spot gold. That's what they're willing to pay back from. They're like about $5 a piece. So this may not be a bad play, but I am going to talk to Adam Van over in Manchester over Alpine Gold this week, I'm hoping. He did contact me through this email, and I'm going to get more information. I think that's how this is going to work, but let me check on with him on that. You know, they do have $1 ones, they do have $5 ones, I believe, $10 ones, $25 ones, and a $50 one, and they get bigger and bigger, and it's actually real gold. I believe it's like a gold leaf layering inside the bill, and they're kind of like laminated. So I mean, they have that lamination on it. So, you know, I mean, they have a nice artwork on them, and you know, this is probably one of the best ways to teach them about silver and gold, because it does have like a face value on it, and it kind of looks more like the dollar, let's say, you know. So I'm going to talk to him, and I'm going to get more information from him on that one. You know, these oddball, you know, 2-ounce silver ones, I don't mind these at all. You know, these are from Australia. It's just 2 ounces. Again, so what I'm trying to convey to people, you know, people concerned, don't give up as much silver as you need to. And I do agree with that statement. All right, let's say everything goes to crap in the hand basket, okay? Let's just call it that. And we go, the dollar's gone, and we're actually trading in silver and gold. You walk into a farmer's market, or a farmer, or your local restaurant, and you take your wife and the kids out, or the wife takes the husband and the kids out, or whatever it may be. You take a friend out, and let's call silver's $100 an ounce. Let's just call it that. This is just for an example. I'm not saying silver's going to go to $100 anytime soon, okay? So don't get wrong with me on that one. Let's just call silver is $100 an ounce, and you guys take your families out for dinner, or you take your friends out, and it's a quick bite to eat. That's, you know, just wherever, and it's $50, okay? You know, it's probably be a little bit more than $50. You know, let's call it $70. And then you have to pay the waitress a tip, or the waiter a tip, or just whatever the case may be, and they don't have change back. Okay, yeah, you don't want to give up much silver as possible either. Nobody's going to want to give the waitress or waiter, you know, a $30, $40 tip on the $70 bill. I mean, most people just don't do that. So what I can see playing out in that example, they actually handwrite you a receipt. They stamp it and say you have a credit of XYZ amount. I could see that playing out. I also could see with the junk silver playing out, instead of doing it by 90% silver, a dime is a tenth of an ounce. A quarter is a quarter of an ounce. And a $half is a half an ounce. A peace dollar, Morgan dollar would be considered an ounce of silver. That could come to play too. I don't know which way it's going to go. They could weigh it by weight. And, you know, and if you have a slick mercury dime or something like that, you could get less value for that. These are all possible ideas that might be happening. You know, these have to be passed in your local jurisdiction or your local state for this to work. I mean, but these are all something that could come down the line where they consider a dime a tenth of an ounce, a quarter of an ounce, and so on. It could come down to that. I just don't know if it would come down to that. So, I mean, these are just different examples I've got tossed in my head that we could see come into play. Let me know what you all are thinking, because, you know, I mean, you know, are you willing to accept, you know, if, you know, are you willing to be okay with a dime being a tenth ounce, or, you know, a quarter of ounce, and so on and so on? Or you rather do it by the face value like we are now, $1.40 equals an ounce of silver, or are you willing to do it by weight? I mean, but, you know, that's the value that most coin shop, that's the industry standard right now, $1.40 face, and any type of 90% silver equals an ounce of silver, and that's what it is right now. But that could change as the dollar collapses even more. So keep this in mind as you're stacking. I'm not saying don't stack the oddball weights. Just keep it in mind, you know, really keep this stuff in mind. These are going to have a higher premium. And really, if you live in the United States, really, the junk silver, your 90% silver, or your Constitution silver, whatever you like to call it, would be your best bang for your buck right now, instead of getting fractional 999 fine silver, or the 1 ounce gram bars, or, you know, those Valcami breakables, or whatever. They have a higher premium on them. And I just want to let people know that. I'm sure most of you do understand they do have a premium on them. But if there's any new stackers out there may not know the difference, I'm just trying to help you, anybody out there. Again, if you need help, my email is in the description of each video. Please reach out if you have questions. I'll do the best I can to help you out with any questions you folks may have. Until next time, Coin Shop Chris is out.